If you would please turn in your Bibles to Joshua chapter 7. Joshua chapter 7. It's time to get to it. Before I read from Joshua 7, I want you to understand that Israel is still God's chosen people. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about that. The Bible's plain. They serve God and they love God, and He preserved them. And no one could stand against that little nation, for God fought their battles for them. But here in Joshua chapter 7, we see where they failed because of sin in the camp. But the children of Israel committed a trespass in the accursed thing. For Achan, the son of Carmi, the son of Zabdi, the son of Zerah of the tribe of Judah, took of the accursed thing, and the anger of the Lord was set on fire against the children of Israel. Joshua sent men from Jericho to Ai, which is beside Bethaven on the east side of Bethel, and he spoke to them, saying, "Go up and view the country." And the men went up and they viewed Ai. And they returned to Joshua and said, "Let not all the people go up, but only about 2,000 or 3,000 men go up and smite Ai, and not make all the people to labor, because they are small. They are just a handful of them." So they went up there, and the people about 3,000 men, but they wound up fleeing before Ai. They turned and ran from the little city of Ai. And the men of Ai smote them, about 36 men, for they chased them from the gate even unto Shebarim, and smote them in the going down the hillside, wherefore the hearts of the people melted, and they became as water. And Joshua tore his clothes, and he fell to the earth upon his face before the ark of the Lord until the evening, he and the elders of Israel, and they put dirt on their heads. And Joshua said, "Alas, O Lord God, why have you brought this people over Jordan to deliver us into the hands of the Amorites to destroy us? Would to God we had been content and dwelt on the other side of Jordan." What a whiny man. And the Lord's, "O Lord, what shall I say when Israel turns their backs before their enemies? For the Canaanites and the inhabitants of the land shall hear of it, and shall circle us around and cut off our name from the earth. And what will you do unto your great name?" And the Lord said this to him, "Get up. Why are you laying on your face? Israel has sinned, and they have transgressed my covenant which I commanded them, for they have taken of the accursed thing, and have stolen and dissembled also, and they put it even among their own stuff." And then this is what he says, "Therefore the children of Israel could not stand before their enemies, and turn their backs before their enemies, because they were accursed. Neither will I be with you any more, except you destroy the accursed thing from among you. Get up and sanctify the people, and say, Sanctify yourselves against tomorrow. For thus saith the Lord God of Israel, there is an accursed thing in the midst of thee, O Israel, and you cannot stand before your enemies until you take away the accursed thing from among you." We know that it was confessed and it was brought out publicly what the accursed thing was. They had taken things that had belonged to the enemy and hid it. And God brought them out and destroyed them right in front of everybody, and laid a pile of stones over the whole family that committed it, to where it was a memorial to this day not to take of the accursed thing, to follow the Word of God. Having said that, I'm going to say this: America, whether anybody likes it or not, I don't care, America was founded by God. Amen. By God. And it was founded not only by God, it was founded for God and to serve God. And our Constitution and our laws were taken out of the Word of God. Along the way, some of our leaders failed to follow God's directive, and we suffered for our abuses through our losses and our wars. We were supposed to be a Christian nation, and we were supposed to defend the Christian moral way of life. God spared us from all of the other perils that the other countries are going through, even at this moment, because we used to honor Him. Our churches were strong, our education was moral and godly, and our armies were invincible. All because we tried to keep this a Christian nation. Patrick Henry stood and warned that the day would come when a godless Supreme Court would reinterpret this sacred document we call the Constitution and interpret it no longer in the light of a Christian nation. And he proved to be a prophet of God, because that is exactly what happened. A festering sore by the name of communism was brought about by a man who let his own family starve to death, and his name is Karl Marx. And we've got college professors glorifying this scum like he was something great. And ever since, these devils have had their eyes on America and the sacred jewel that we call freedom. If you don't think so, in 1963, the communists had a manifesto out that was put on the register in Congress and read. And just a few of the goals that they had for this country that they wanted to do was, first of all, develop the illusion that total disarmament of the United States would be a demonstration of moral strength. Permit free trade between all nations regardless of communist affiliation and regardless of whether or not items could be used for war. Provide American aid to all nations regardless of their communist domination. Grant recognition of Red China, admit them to the UN, promote the United Nations as the only hope for mankind. God help us. If its charter is rewritten, demand that it be set up as a one-world government with its own independent armed forces, and resist any attempt to outlaw the Communist Party. An archbishop here lately wanted to know why they haven't moved on with it and why we don't have a one-world government, and I wanted to tell him, hang on, it's coming and you'll get to be part of it. Do away with loyalty oaths. Continue giving Russia access to the U.S. Patent Office. Get control of the schools. Use them as transmission belts for socialism and current communist propaganda. Soften the curriculum. Get a control of the teachers' unions and put the party line in the textbooks. Gain control of all student newspapers. Use student riots to foment public protest against programs or organizations which are under communist attack. I'm not going to read them all. But it says, break down cultural standards of morality by promoting pornography and obscenity in books, magazines, motion pictures, radio, and TV. Present homosexuality, degeneracy, and promiscuity as normal, natural, and healthy. Infiltrate the churches and replace revealed religion with social religion. Discredit the Bible and emphasize the need for intellectual maturity that does not need a religious crutch. Eliminate prayer or any phase of religious expression in the schools on the grounds that it violates the principle of separation of church and state. Discredit the American Constitution by calling it inadequate, old-fashioned, out of step with modern needs, and a hindrance to cooperation between nations on a worldwide basis, and discredit the Founding Fathers. There's about 40 more of them, but I don't think I need to go any further. You get the gist of it, I hope. America has taken of the accursed thing, and the anger of God has been kindled against America. We have embraced the goals of a wicked, godless government form or movement known as communism. We have it right now in this country, and many of our leaders confess to being communist. On top of that, we have killed our babies by the millions, and people act like an abortion mill is a sacred sanctuary when they ought to be torn down in shreds with a bulldozer. They even have special laws passed to protect them. But nobody will pass a law to protect the innocent little babies that are murdered in those hell holes in ways that would make Adolf Hitler proud. Nobody will stand up and nobody will pass a law. We have embraced immorality and sexual perversion, and we have demanded that it be normalized in our society, and anyone that speaks out against it is deemed to be mentally ill. We have practiced greed, and we have worshiped money, and we will step on anybody to get it. Our whole country runs on what the banks and Wall Street dictates to us instead of what the Word of God says. We have not only allowed false religions to be protected at the expense of what was called a Christian nation, and this may get me shot at this week, but it's time that somebody said it, and somebody said this from the pulpit, what I'm getting ready to say, but we are embracing the religion of a demon-possessed pedophile by the name of Mohammed. And a religion that wants to cut the heads off of every Christian and every Jew on this planet. Well, you want to say, why do you call them a pedophile? I'll tell you why. They're trying to pass a law right now to allow men to marry 9-year-old girls. What do you call it? What do you call it? We have run Christ out of our workplaces, our schools, and our courts, and as a result, they have become corrupted. We tell our children that they are nothing more than animals, that that's the way they evolved and that there is no God. And now, guess what? They're acting like it, and we are acting all surprised. Jesus said, fill you up the measure of your fathers. Right. If you tell them that their father is a monkey, they're going to act like one. We have allowed a wicked and perverted and godless media to tell us what is going on in the world. You turn it on and they're grinning at you every morning, telling you nothing but one lie after another. They lie with every breath. And we believe everything they say is the gospel, but nobody will believe anything that's in this right here. Oh, everybody thinks that what George Step on All of Us says is true, but they won't believe anything from the Word of God. Hollywood has become an open sewer flowing with the filth of the vilest sort. And yet we allow them to dictate our morals and our norms while we sit there night after night just drooling at the TV and admiring these people. And they're tearing down the family. Our music industry has been used to promote every kind of sexual sin that you can imagine. Things that would make Sodom and Gomorrah blush with shame. We have embraced communism. And now our leadership doesn't even bother to hide it anymore. With words like, distribute the wealth. Move forward. I think that's what Stalin said when they moved forward and butchered half of their people. Let's move forward. Divide it up. Take from those who do work and give it to those who won't work. Not can't work, but won't work. Our president even said on video that he was a Muslim, and George Stephanopoulos had to correct him. Had to correct him. And he was had a picture taken bowing down and kissing the hand of a Saudi prince. The President of the United States isn't supposed to bow down to anybody but Jesus. Nobody. There was a time when they bowed down to the United States. But we are so worried about getting their oil, we'll do anything. And then he said that he surrounded himself with Marxists and was proud of it. We have turned away from Israel that God said is the apple of my eye. God said that Israel is the apple of his eye. And he said, I'll bless those that bless you and curse those that curse you, and he never has changed that. And now we're giving money to heathens by the billions that want to destroy that nation. America has taken of the accursed thing, and we will never return to what we once were until we have a revival. Yes. I'm here to tell you that no man running for office can fix this. Nobody, no politician, no governor, no senator, no president. We have got to have a revival. That's what this country has got to have, or it's never going to happen. The very fact that we don't even have an actual Christian running for office is a shame before God. I'm just going to be